Well, hello there, my friend, and welcome back to the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Lindhagen, and I am so glad to have you here. Today, we're going to dig into Chat GPT. And is Chat GPT a friend or a foe to your SEO? So by now, unless you've been living off the internet, you're probably very familiar with Chat GPT. You've probably heard the buzz about it. You've maybe even gone in and tried it and tried to figure out what the heck it is and how you can use it to help your business. So I'm here to tell you there is a ton that you can do with this tool to make your life easier. It is not, however, the be-all, end-all content generator. Just go in and type a sentence, create a blog post, and boom. We're not going to be able to use it that way because it's not the right quality for our customer or Google. But let's talk about what we can do with ChatGPT. So I've been playing around with it for the last couple of months. I've worked on some special trainings for my students, and we've found some really, really helpful things you can do with ChatGPT to make your life easier and speed up the production cycle for your content. So last week in a training session with my students, we did a live demo of it, and in 12 minutes, we were able to come up with a keyword, a title, a meta description, and an outline of a blog post for a student. Now that's amazing. 12 minutes to be able to come up with all of that and be ready to write. So how did we do it? So with ChatGPT, I want you to think about it and understand that what you get out of it is completely based upon what you put into it. So the better your prompts are, the more detail you give it, the more insight you give it, the better result you're going to get in the long run. So if you want to make friends with ChatGPT, I want you to start out by being polite. Think about it like a friend. It is a tool that is going to save you time. So when you go in there, hi, can you think like a content marketer? Can you think like a realtor? Can you think like a blogger? You can ask it to do that and put on its marketing hat. So go ahead and do that. I would like 10 keywords that I could potentially research or potentially use for a blog post for a realtor focusing on this particular term, and then give it an idea of what you're looking at. So let's say you're looking at buying a first home or hiring a property manager or booking a newborn photo session. So you're going to go in and you're going to ask ChatGPT, can you think like a photographer or a new mom? I want to write a blog post about booking the perfect newborn photographer. Can you give me 10 ideas, please? And it's going to take a second and it's going to pop out 10 potential blog post ideas. And then you're going to look at those and you're going to determine of those 10, which one do you think is the best? Now, it's possible none of them are exactly what you want to talk about, and that's okay because this is just a starting point. From here, you can say, ooh, I really like, and then whichever one it is, can you give me 10 variations of that one, really following that theme, and let them know my ideal customer is a mom, she's having her first baby, whatever, because the more information you give ChatGPT, the better friend it is for you, the better results it's going to return. Now you're looking at 10 more ideas. Now you can either go in and ask it to give you keywords. So if I'm asking for it to give me keywords, I like to ask for it to do it in a table format. So I like to have keywords that have low competition and titles that are using those in a table format so that I can look at it and see what it's reflecting. So if you do that, make sure you actually follow through and do your keyword research the way I teach you so you have some ideas. Go through and verify whether or not those keywords are actually good for your business, because while ChatGPT can be your friend and can give you these things to help make the process faster, it doesn't mean it's going to get it right every time, okay? So I just want you to understand that. So now you've got your idea, you've got your potential keywords. Now you can ask ChatGPT to write a meta description for you. You can ask it to write a title tag for you. Now, again, it's going to be a help. It's not going to be exactly what you need, because I've also noticed that it doesn't always follow best practices. So you do want to verify that that meta description is less than 60 characters and that title tag is less than 160 characters, and that it's using your keyword and that it makes sense and it's engaging and interesting to your ideal customer. Okay. So make sure you're taking what it's giving you and you're reviewing it and optimizing it, and then you can use it. So now you've got a title tag, a meta description, you've got a topic that you're interested in. Your next step, you can ask it to outline that for you. So again, you're not saying, write this for me, but outline it. What should I include in this? I want to write a 750 word blog post on this topic using this keyword, especially if you've already done your verification, you've made sure that you've got the right keyword. And can you help me outline it? And Chat GPT is going to be that good friend by your side who's going to then go through and give you a suggestion as to what you could talk about in that blog post. From this point, you can take that and you can fill in the blanks, basically. Think of it as your choose your own adventure story or your Mad Libs from when you were a kid. You can take that outline can help you figure out exactly what you want to cover in that blog post. You know your business, you know your product, your service, your newborn sessions, you know what information to add in here to really be helpful to your ideal customer. So don't just go in and say, hey, ChatGPT, will you write this blog post for me? Because while it will, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to help your SEO. It's actually going to turn into a foe, because if you just copy paste what comes out of it, you'll notice sometimes the information is inaccurate. There are mistakes. I mean, it's AI and it's still a new tool and it's still learning. So there will be mistakes at times. There's a lot of repetition. I've found that quite often if I'm asking it to write a blog post, it'll tell me, and then the next sentence, it'll tell me the same thing again, but maybe in a different way. Or maybe it'll offer two conclusions instead of one, or maybe it'll offer completely incorrect information. So if you're trying to use it to replace your writing team, it's not going to work. But if you're using it to speed up the process and you're making it easier and you're working with ChatGPT and you're giving it really great insights, it can be a huge help for you. It can definitely be a friend. And as you use it and get to know it and become more comfortable with it and find out how you can leverage it, it may even become your new best friend or your favorite tool for creating content. So I'm going to teach you how to find those topics and those keywords that your ideal customer is looking for, and how to verify whether or not your website or blog can rank for them. And then I want you to take a tool like ChatGPT and use it to your advantage. So go through this process and ask it. You can start by asking it to come up with keywords and potential titles for you, or you can just ask it to come up with potential titles. If you've already got your keyword, you know what you want to write about, you can ask it to give you 10 titles related to that keyword. Then you can ask it to refine them. You can ask it to be professional. You can ask it to be fun and witty. You can ask it to write in the voice of someone. In the voice of Tina Fey is fun and witty and engaging. And it's actually given me some really fun titles that I personally wouldn't have thought of, because I feel like sometimes my titles are not exciting enough. So I'm using it to help me be a little more exciting in my titles. Then you can ask it to outline for you. You can also put in a blog post that you've already written and ask it what else you should add. If there's anything that you should edit or add, what have I forgotten? How could I expand this to 750 words or 1,000 words? You can put your blog post in there and then ask it to give you suggestions for social media posts based on the blog content, or a podcast episode outline based on that. Or there's so much you can do. ChatGPT can be your best friend when it comes to your content and SEO. It cannot replace you. It cannot replace a writer. It cannot do it for you, but it can definitely be that best friend that's there supporting you and helping you through the process. So if you want to learn more about how to do all of this and how to leverage it, be sure to mark your calendars and join me in the 5-day website traffic booster class. It's going to kick off next on May 1st. And we're going to talk all about how we get organic traffic to our websites. And I think we might even do a little bonus training on ChatGPT. We just did a full bonus training session in Simple SEO content, and it was amazing. This is going to save you so much time. So trust me, it can be your friend, but you have to know how to work with it. All right, I hope you found this episode helpful. If you have any questions, you know how to find me. DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy, and I will see you back here next week.